basically a challenge. He's what you call mercurial.
Okay, break that down.
Like runs hot and cold.
Got you.
Like mercury.
Yeah.
In the thermostat.
Got you.
And Nia can be a bit of a challenge as well.
Well, yeah, she was a challenge up here a little bit.
She was, yeah.
Nia didn't want us to record her or nothing at first.
Yeah.
Well, listen,
I love Taraji. She's an amazing actress.
Good.
There's no beef with us at all.
You already know Nia Long is not the type to jump online and start explaining herself. She moves quiet, keeps it classy, and usually lets rumors die on their own. So when she finally decides to speak up about TarajiPHenson after years of brushing the topic off, you know it's serious. For the longest time, whenever people tried to pit the two against each other, Nia would say she had nothing to do with it. No beef, no tension, no drama. But now she's opening up, and let's just say the energy is different. For years, fans assumed whatever friction existed between Nia and Taraji started with that infamous joke moment. Social media ran with it. People clipped interviews, dissected facial expressions, and built entire narratives off a few seconds of awkward energy. The internet loves a rivalry, especially between two accomplished Black actresses. And when both women are stunning, talented, and confident, people will manufacture tension if they have to. But according to insiders and resurfaced timelines, this situation may go way deeper than one awkward exchange. The tension allegedly traces back long before they ever shared a screen as co-stars, before red carpets, before press tours, before joint interviews. Back when both women were climbing the same Hollywood ladder, chasing many of the same roles. Let's be real, Hollywood is competitive, especially for Black actresses, where roles can feel limited and opportunities even tighter. When two strong performers are constantly in the same audition rooms, comparisons happen. Casting directors compare, studios compare, the media compares. And even if the women themselves are minding their business, that pressure can plant seeds. There have long been whispers that the competition wasn't just imagined by fans. Industry chatter suggested that there were moments where one landed roles the other was in consideration for. Again, that's not unusual in acting. It happens every day. But when careers run parallel for decades, people start drawing lines.
She slapped it out of me, like for real. And you get a moment where I go, woo! And I stayed in it.
Then came the public moment everyone remembers. A lighthearted comment that didn't quite land, a facial reaction that cameras caught. The blogs labeled it shady, fans replayed it in slow motion like it was courtroom evidence. Suddenly what may have been nothing turned into something. Headlines framed it as tension, comment sections picked sides, and once that narrative gets momentum, it's hard to shake. Nia reportedly grew tired of being cast as the quiet rival in a story she says she never signed up for. According to her perspective, she never had an issue with Taraji. She focused on her work, her family, her career. But when your name keeps getting attached to drama, eventually you feel the need to clarify. At the same time, Taraji has always been outspoken about the industry, especially about pay gaps, respect, and opportunity. She has spoken candidly about feeling undervalued at times. When two powerful women speak from strong positions, the media sometimes twists that into conflict, even if it's just passion. The deeper layer here may not even be personal, it may be structural. When there are only a handful of major roles available for women who look like them, the system creates competition. Instead of celebrating two thriving careers, narratives frame it as only one can win. That pressure can follow people for years. Now that Nia's finally speaking her side, it sounds less like a catfight and more like frustration with a long-running rumor. She reportedly wants it clear that not every awkward moment equals animosity, not every parallel career equals rivalry, and not every headline tells the full truth. Still, fans are divided. Some believe there was always tension under the surface. Others think this was media fueled from the start. What's undeniable is that once a rivalry narrative sticks, it becomes part of pop culture memory, whether it's accurate or not. So is this decades-long beef real, or was it a story built from competition, comparison, and one viral moment? Now that Nia is finally speaking, the conversation is shifting. And for the first time in years, it's not just whispers, it's her voice telling it.
It was so loud. And I thought, oh my God, I really smacked him like hard. And I'm so sorry. And I said, Tay, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, I'm good. And I was thinking, he is not good.
Now let's talk about it. Nia Long is not new to this game. She's a veteran, decades in, classic films under her belt, cultural impact on lock. So when it was announced that she was joining Empire in season 3 as Juliana, Lucius Lyon's new love interest, fans were excited. The idea of her going head-to-head with Cookie, that felt electric. And let's not forget, Nia and Terrence Howard already had chemistry from the Best Man franchise, so their on-screen reunion was supposed to be a moment. On paper, it was perfect. Empire was known for bringing in big names, letting them shake the table for a season, and then moving on. Nia's role was expected to follow that formula. Come in, stir the pot, deliver drama, exit gracefully. Simple. But behind the scenes, things reportedly weren't so simple. Let's rewind. In the mid-90s, Nia was everywhere. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Love Jones, Soul Food, Friday. She was that girl. Beautiful, talented, and consistently working. But as the years went on, Hollywood can be tricky. Many actresses talk about getting boxed into certain roles: girlfriend, ex, side piece, support character. And while those roles are important, they don't always translate to long-term superstardom or leading lady dominance. Some industry chatter has suggested that Nia felt overlooked for major franchise-level opportunities. There were rumors she auditioned for roles in massive projects and didn't land them. That happens constantly in Hollywood, but when you've been working for decades, it can sting. However, there's no verified proof she was blackballed. That narrative largely lives in speculation. Now fast forward to Empire. By season 3, TarajiPHenson was the undeniable centerpiece of the show. Cookie Lyon was iconic. Emmy buzz, award wins, viral moments. Taraji had the spotlight, and stepping into that world means stepping into an established hierarchy. Sources and rumors over the years have painted a picture of tension on set. None of it has been officially confirmed by the network, but the stories circulate. Allegedly, Nia came in wanting more depth and expansion for her character. That's not unusual. Actors advocate for their roles all the time. But when creative expectations don't align, friction can build.
I was pissed. I was like, I'm never gonna work with her again. You know, how unprofessional.
There were whispers that Nia was particular about hair, makeup, and wardrobe. Again, that's not shocking. Actors often have preferences, especially when protecting their image. There were also claims she arrived late at times, causing adjustments to rehearsals. However, these accounts are secondhand and not backed by formal statements from production. The story that really caught fire involved an alleged verbal clash between the two actresses. One version claims a comment was made during a tense moment, possibly meant as humor, but it didn't land well. From there, things reportedly escalated. Now, to be clear, there are no official reports of physical altercations, but the narrative of behind-the-scenes tension stuck. Taraji has always been vocal about fairness and respect on set. She's spoken openly about fighting for equal treatment and advocating for herself in the industry. So if there was tension, it may have been rooted in strong personalities colliding, not necessarily villain versus victim. What adds fuel to the speculation is that Nia's role did not extend beyond season 3. Her character exited, and that was that. Some insiders claim she pitched ideas to expand Juliana's arc into future seasons. That's normal in television, but the show stuck to its original trajectory. Contracts end, stories move forward. That part is standard TV business. Then came reports that Nia was unhappy with how her departure was handled. Allegedly, she wanted a bigger send-off similar to other guest stars. Again, no lawsuit materialized publicly, but the rumor added to the difficult-to-work-with narrative that started circulating. Nia later framed some of the criticism as a black woman standing firm in what she believes she deserves, and that perspective matters. There's a long history of black women being labeled difficult for advocating for themselves. At the same time, being assertive and creating hostile environments are two different things, and without verified accounts, it's impossible to draw a clear line. So was this jealousy, miscommunication, clashing egos, or simply two powerful women navigating an intense set? The truth likely lives somewhere in the gray. What's certain is that the internet turned rumors into a rivalry storyline that refuses to die. And now, years later, with Nia finally speaking more openly, the narrative is shifting again. Because sometimes what looks like beef is really just industry pressure, competition, and strong personalities under bright lights.
She was incredibly salty that Holly didn't pull up any other Black actresses, and she felt that she should have done more for the culture.
And just when people thought the tension had cooled off, the story picked up another layer. Y'all remember when Nia went through that very public breakup with her former fiancé after news broke that he had fathered a child with another woman? That situation was messy, painful, and all over the headlines. Nia handled it with grace publicly, but anyone could see it was a deep betrayal. Now, here's where the whispers start. Around that same time, there were rumors that Taraji and Nia's ex were seen being friendly. No confirmed relationship, no public statements, just industry chatter about them moving in similar circles and allegedly forming some type of connection. And whether it was harmless networking or something deeper, the optics alone were enough to spark conversation. According to reports floating around online, Nia felt blindsided. Some sources claim she believed the timing was intentional, almost like salt in an open wound. Others say that's reading too much into it. Hollywood is small, especially within certain social and professional circles. People attend the same events, they share mutual friends. Proximity doesn't automatically equal betrayal. Still, emotions aren't always logical. If you've just been publicly embarrassed by a partner and then see someone you've already had tension with appearing friendly with that same person, it's going to sting. Whether Taraji intended to antagonize Nia or not is something only she could truly answer. There's no verified evidence showing malicious intent, but perception can feel louder than facts. This situation also reopened the conversation about Nia's reputation in the industry. Over the years, there have been occasional claims that she can be particular on set. Some people frame that as professionalism, others frame that as being difficult. The internet, of course, has opinions, and lately, those opinions have been loud. You've probably seen the comments. People saying maybe Nia has been the common denominator. Others defending Taraji fiercely, arguing that Cookie Lyon was unmatched and that no one else could have delivered that performance the way she did. Some even go as far as questioning Nia's leading lady status, which feels dismissive considering her cultural impact in the 90s and early 2000s. But here's the thing, the internet loves a clear hero and villain. It struggles with nuance. Two successful women can clash without one being evil and the other innocent. Careers can overlap, personal feelings can get involved, misunderstandings can snowball, and once fans pick sides, it becomes tribal. Taraji has built a reputation for being outspoken, resilient, and protective of her space. Nia has built hers on poise, legacy, and longevity. When those two energies collide, sparks are possible. That doesn't automatically mean lifelong enemies. It could simply mean two strong personalities navigating complicated moments. It's also worth remembering that we only see fragments. Interviews, blog posts, social media clips. None of us are in their group chats. None of us were on set during private conversations, and yet entire narratives are built off incomplete information. The bigger question might be why audiences are so eager to see two accomplished Black actresses at odds. Why does rivalry sell faster than solidarity? Why does tension get amplified while mutual respect gets ignored? At the end of the day, both Nia Long and TarajiPHenson have carved out undeniable careers. Both have faced public highs and lows. Both have endured industry challenges. The beef narrative might make for good gossip, but it doesn't erase decades of work from either woman. So now I'm asking you, do you think Nia is doing too much, or do you think she's finally defending herself after years of speculation? And was Taraji simply moving in her own lane, or was there subtle shade involved? Drop your thoughts below, because this conversation clearly isn't finished.